Round 25 of the All Flag State Premier League saw minor premiers Balcatta play host to Sorrento, who were aiming for a win to lift them possibly into second place and maintain their momentum following their win in the Donate Blood Cup final last week. Balcatta were the dominant side early on, and Sorrento keeper Curtis Aspden was called into action in just the 6th minute, blocking Chris Thackeray's powerful strike from Burton's flick-on. Soon after, Ashley Rossendale got the better of Brodie Martin down the left and despite going to ground managed to poke the ball across the Sorrento goal, but Danny Kane was there to clear. In just the 11th minute, Balcatta deservedly took the lead. Following a throw-in, the ball came back to Paul Vatistas, who curled in a cross that missed everyone and struck the back post. With Aspden flat-footed, Rossendale simply nodded the ball home from 3 metres. The Balcatta captain exceptionally pleased to have notched a rare goal with his head. Two Sorrento defenders miss Vatistas' cross. Aspden is flat-footed, and as the ball comes off the post, Rossendale has the easiest of finishes. One thing about Sorrento is they never give up. Todd Harnwell pulled away from Vatistas and then slid a superb pass behind the Balcatta defence and into the path of David Foster, who went around Luis Italiano and was only denied by excellent cover defending from Adam Stilitano. In the 32nd minute, Balcatta doubled their lead. Italiano's clearance fell to Thackeray, who fed Daniel Masevski wide on the right. His cross was met superbly by Steve Burton, who was simply too good for Aspden. 2-0 Balcatta and Burton's 11th goal of the season. Daniel Masevski looks up, spots the run of Burton and clips the ball to the Englishman, whose finish running across the face of goal was sheer class. At this point it was all Balcatta, and when Daniel Masevski slipped the ball to Paul Vatistas, his cross should have resulted in a 3rd goal, but Johnny Migas at the back post blasted his effort over the crossbar. The start of the second half saw Balcatta continue where they'd left off. Thackeray's quick throw fed Burton, who picked out an unmarked Migas, but this time he shot wide. In the 54th minute, Sorrento were gifted the chance to pull a goal back. Vatistas' wayward back pass putting Foster one-on-one with Italiano, but the young keeper did well to push his shot wide. Sorrento, buoyed by that chance, started to dominate the game, and when Brodie Martin burst down the right-hand side, his cross had Balcatta scrambling. It therefore came as no surprise when they pulled a goal back. Jamie Harnwell fed Foster, who returned the ball to Harnwell. His cross was punched clear by Italiano, but fell to Adam Luca at the edge of the box, who calmly curled his shot into the top corner. Sorrento were back in the game. Italiano's punch is firm but fell to the feet of Luca, who controlled the ball well and then curled it up and over the defence into the back of the net. A very cool, clinical finish from Luca. 7 minutes later, Jason Mirko got the better of Daniel Masevski, and Sorrento were awarded a free kick. Luca curled the ball into the penalty area. Italiano again punched, and again the ball fell to a Sorrento player, this time Mirko, whose mishit shot evaded everyone and found the back of the net. Sorrento were level. Could they find the winner they so desperately needed? For the second time, Italiano punches the ball down and once again finds a Sorrento player, who accepts the chance to shoot and finds the back of the net. Minutes later, Todd Harnwell fed Jason Mirko down the left. As he looked across, the ball appeared to strike Stilitano's arm, but appeals for a penalty were waved away. Vatistas launched a counter-attack for Balcatta, who tried to regain a grasp of the game. Rossendale crossed, and Thackeray was only denied by a sharp save by Aspden at his near post. Sorrento hit the post with 2 minutes left, but simply ran out of time to claim all 3 points. But the fight back makes them a team to watch come the finals.
Michael, 2 weeks off, come up against an informed side today and just couldn't quite close the game out.
Yeah, look, I thought we started really well. We sort of 2-0 up at the break, and really I thought, sort of 90% in control of the game. So really should have gone on with it. I think we had 1 or 2 chances there. We probably should have done a little bit better. But all credit to Sorrento. They had a great second half, and they really stepped it up a little bit, and sort of phased us out of the game a little bit. And 2 goals, perhaps a little bit soft, but 2-2 at the end of the day.
It was important to bounce back after that 4-0 defeat to Perth a fortnight ago. You've obviously had 2 weeks to stew on that result. How did you feel as if you got a response from your players today?
Yeah, look, to be honest, the Perth result doesn't look good on paper, obviously, but really a 15-minute spell, we got obliterated with 3 goals, and sort of probably doesn't reflect the game as well. I think the first half we were well on top. They got the goal against the run of the play, so that was a totally different game. But no, I didn't think we're too far off the pace. The biggest thing has been finishing on top of the league, 7 weeks prior to a semi-final. So, there's a long period of time there to keep the boys focused. And so, there's a few things we're looking at, but, we really need to step it up over the next couple of weeks. And we're still thinking, 3 weeks away from a semi-final.
It was obviously nice to get Steve Burton and Ash Rosendale back up front together, and both of them netted in the first half. How pleasing is that for you, and how important are they to the dynamic of your setup?
Yeah, look, they're important players, but I mean, we've got a good squad with lots of depth, and Daniel Niederberger, who was scoring goals for us recently, is so on the sidelines with injury at the moment. So we're going to have shuffles to make between now and then. I'm not knowing who's going to be the final lineup in the semi yet, but it's good to get people back and playing together. They've missed a lot of time together, Ash and Bert's through injury and other things. So look, we just got to keep working the combinations, and having faith in them. At the moment, we're still getting goals, and that's the main thing.
You touched on the absence of Dan Niederberger today. Have you got any other sort of injury problems, and how tempted are you to sort of take a little bit of a back foot going into the Knights game next week, rest players and make sure that they are okay for the finals?
Yeah, it's not so much about resting now. I think we're starting to pick up the ante now. The next couple of weeks is about stepping it up and getting some momentum. And we do have a couple of players we've got to watch out for. We're watching yellow card situations that might affect us. And we've got 1 or 2 injuries and 1 suspension with Jovo Pavlovic, unfortunately, out for another 2 weeks, which makes things a little bit awkward to plan for him. But, all those things, they're all part and parcel of the season. If we're going to play a final that's an extension of a season, you've just got to play through those things. Hopefully we've got the depth to do it.
And obviously now 2 games without a win in the league. Is there a concern that you guys are tailing off a little bit as you are coming towards the finals, or are you confident that you can get it up and about again just in time for the right time?
Yeah, no, I don't see any fall in form. I think at the moment, the key factor for us has been to have that little bit of a mental breather, and then step it up with a bit of momentum in the last 3 weeks, and really start driving towards that final. And that's been the plan. We made that plan 7 weeks out from that final. We turned around and said, look, we've got a long time to go. So we've got a definite plan towards it. We know what's required, and I think you'll just see us step it up a little bit as each week goes now.
Michael, thank you for your time today.
No worries, Tom. Anytime.